Everyone, is Carolina here, and today we're talking about when should I stop my physical activity because of pain. So quite often we exercise, we start experiencing pain, we give it a rest, we come back, pain comes back, and then we start feeling frustrated and thinking maybe this is not for me. So we will have a look at the insights of this, and it will just gives us a better idea of what happens. So in general terms, when experiencing pain or an injury, exercise and movement is the best thing that we can do. Exercise is the best way for us to grow stronger, so that tissue grows stronger and develop. It's just about what kind of exercise we should perform at what stage we are at, and just create a program that suits you at that particular point. So talking about recovery times after exercise, as we have previously done, we know that we have that muscle soreness and that tissue grows stronger. When there is a malfunction or something is not working quite right at a particular area, recovery times tend to take longer. So we still have that exercise impact and recovery time is slower. So we have an imbalance of that impact and that recovery time. So this is when we may start experiencing pain during that physical activity. That if we exercise through, we may start experiencing pain afterwards as well as during that physical activity. If we carry on with the exercise, then we will be more wary. We will experience pain during, after, and during the day. So pain will become more frequent, and you will start experiencing pain during everyday activities. To the extreme, we will be in constant pain. Stopping that physical activity, that exercise, will stop that movement that is triggering that malfunction, that injury. So we may think that's the answer. However, the malfunction is still there. So we may experience pain again when doing a completely different activity that just replicates that movement. Or we may have a rest from our exercise, be pain-free, come back to activity and experience pain again. And this may vary. It may happen the same day, it may happen straight away, it may happen a week or a month after. It depends. On the other hand, little exercise deconditions that area. So that malfunction, that tissue there is not getting stronger, is deconditioning. And too much exercise will cause further injury. And this is why it's very important to just check what's happening and what type of exercise you need at that particular point in order to catch up and carry on performing your activity. That's your rehab process. When should we do this? As soon as possible. As soon as you notice that recovery times are not helping, that rest is not helping, then we should assess what's happening and just shifting things back in track. The longer we leave it, the longer we are in pain and injury, then the longer that recovery time will take because the tissue is more damaged. That is in general terms. When talking about the back, is slightly different, just because the back works so closely with our nervous system. The anatomy itself is different as well, so pain manifests itself in different ways. Much more often you will be asked to stop your physical activity while your back settles down, things settle down, and we can start a much more subtle approach to that back. This is a much more personal approach. It is much more required to have an assessment and just really check what's going on. we are a lot more affected by our everyday activities, so our job directly affects our back because of so many different reasons. So it is a good idea to always check, just look for help and guidance if you have back pain, and certainly if you experience pain during your physical activity. So in general terms, I hope that gives you a much more positive approach to that physical activity. You don't have to stop it. There are so many ways, so many things that can be done about it. It's what's keeping you healthy, and very often it's just the exercise that you love. And if you don't have a regular physical activity, it is a good idea. It just gives you a good insight that it may be a good idea to just pick up one that suits you and that can help you manage that pain or that particular injury. So I hope you found this useful. I have decided to make the videos because it's very difficult to give short answers that are generalized. It's a little bit more complicated than that. And I think if you have a look at what happens, it gives you a much better insight to where you're at and how things work, and you just feel much more comfortable with performing movement and so on. It can be very scary when being in pain. And so, well, I hope this helps, and I will see you next time.